Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Wherever you're at in the world, welcome to Last Raps Baseball's live commentary of the Nippon Professional Baseball League. Tonight, we are bringing you the second game of the three-game set between the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks and the Orix Buffaloes. And we'll first of all give you the starting lineup from the visitors from Fukuoka. Last night, they took a 3-1 victory over the Buffaloes, as they will be trying to extend their win streak to 2 games here tonight to start the season. It'll be Yukio Shudo leading it off, and he'll play in center field. He wears number 23. Batting second is number 6, and playing shortstop, Kenta Imamiya. Batting third in right field, wearing number 9, is Yuki Yanagita. Batting in the cleanup spot and playing first base is number 25, Hataka Yamakawa. Batting fifth and playing in left field is number 3, Kensuke Kondo. And the sixth spot and playing third base is number 24, Ryoya Kurihara. Batting seventh and doing the designated hitting is number 28, Adam Walker. Batting eighth and doing the catching is number 19, Takuya Kai. Batting ninth and at second base, wearing number 8, is Taisi Makihara. And they are going to be facing Anderson Espinoza, who made 3 appearances in the exhibition season. Espinoza worked 3 innings, 4 innings, and 3 innings in his 3 appearances, and he will take to the hill for the Buffaloes tonight. Well, that's your starting lineup for Fukuoka. Now your starting lineup for the home team. The Osaka-based Orix Buffaloes. Leading off and playing in center field, wearing number 1, is Shuhei Fukuda. He gets the start tonight, as he was not in the lineup last night. Batting second and playing third base is number 6, Yuma Mune. Batting third and left field, wearing number 7, is Ryoma Nishikawa. And the cleanup spot and playing first base is number 44, Yuma Tongu. Batting fifth and doing the catching is number 4, Tomoya Mori. Batting in the sixth spot and doing the designated hitting is number 40, Leandro Cedeno. Batting seventh in right field is number 99, Yataro Sugimoto. Batting eighth at second base, wearing number 8, is Marwin Gonzalez. And batting ninth at shortstop, number 24, Kataro Kobayashi. And an interesting piece, they are going to be facing Levon Monello, the left-handed Cuban. Spent much of the last 7 years working out of the Fukuoka bullpen. He gets the start tonight. He's just coming off fresh off a 4-year extension from the SoftBank Hawks, so it's going to be interesting to see if they are going to use him as a starter or just as an opener for this one, and what their long-term projections will be for him. So, Monello to start tonight for the Hawks. Well, Anderson Espinoza is just about done his warm-up tosses. We'll be ready to get this one going here in just a couple of moments. Last night, the Buffaloes made a couple of changes in their lineup tonight. As we said, the Hawks are rolling out the exact same lineup, or at least the starting lineup, as last night. The changes for the Buffaloes tonight in center field, we had mentioned Shuhei Fukuda is getting the nod tonight for Orix, as well as Marwin Gonzalez is in the lineup at second base tonight, as he is replacing Masahiro Nishino. So Espinoza has completed his warm-up tosses, and we're ready to get this one underway. As the right-hander checks around to make sure his players are set. And Yukio Shudo is digging in here for the first pitch of the ball game. And the first pitch of the ball game is a 94-mile-an-hour fastball that misses way outside, and the count is quickly 1-0. For Shudo last night, he was 0 for 4. He struck out 3 times in the leadoff spot as he takes a fastball down and in for a ball. That was at 96. The count is now 2-0. Last night, they had north of 36,000 fans at the Kyocera Dome as a fastball pours in for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2-1 on Shudo. I would expect tonight that the crowd is not going to be as busy as it was on opening night. It just seems to be the way for the Buffalo fans in Osaka. That fastball misses outside, and the count is 3-1. Right now, Shudo is a bit, or I should say Anderson's a bit all over the place. He doesn't have the command of his fastball at the moment. He does not have a feel for the pitch just quite yet. And there's a fastball that misses upstairs at 95. That's going to be ball 4, and Shudo is going to get himself a leadoff walk here to start the ball game. And as I say, the command and the control that is exhibited by Shudo, he is a little bit, or Shudo, I should say, Espinoza, he's a little bit off right now. He does have velocity, but at the same time, there's a lot of variance in that fastball. He threw a few four-seam fastballs to Shudo, but not being able to repeat his delivery on many of those in this case. So here comes Kenta Imamiya to the plate. Imamiya was 1 for 3 last night. He had a triple and scored the game's first run in inning number 1. There's a first pitch fastball that misses down and in. That was at 95. So 1 ball and no strikes to Imamiya. We're going to be back on the call for these same 2 clubs tomorrow. So if you're in the neighborhood, be sure to check it out again. And then we'll post our schedule up for later in the week as what we'll be doing. There is a breaking ball that misses way outside. The count is now 2-0. So 7 pitches from Espinoza and only 1 strike so far. So 2 balls and no strikes as he leans in and gets the sign from his catcher, Kai. He works from the set position. Here comes the offering. He kicks and delivers. There goes Shudo down to second. The throw is down. It's a nice throw there by the catcher, Mori, but it's not going to be in time. Shudo is going to get in there safely. I didn't see the call from the umpire, but it sure looked like it was a pretty good pitch. But Shudo has opened his account with his first stolen base of the year. Really good throw down by Mori. Right on the money. No challenge on that particular call, and rightfully so. So 2 balls and 1 strike as it was ruled a strike to Imamiya. Here comes the pitch from Espinoza. As he checks the runner, now delivers. A fastball swung on, tap back to the pitcher. They look Shudo back to second. Nice play by the pitcher to have the wherewithal to check the runner back. Shudo was able to get back to the base. Imamiya unable to get the job done. He is the master of sacrifice bunts, but that was a swinging bunt that was right back to the pitcher. He got jammed on the fists. So that's going to go in the books as a ground out 1-3. He's gone for out number 1. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Yuki Yanagita. Well, for Yanagita, he was 1 for 3 in last night's ball game. He had no homers and 1 RBI. He did have that sacrifice fly to bring home Nishino with the first run, or I should say Imamiya with the first run of the ball game. First pitch is a breaking ball that is tap foul over on the first base side. Count is quickly 0-1 to Yanagita. So no balls and 1 strike. Yanagita batting from the left side. Looks like he's got a new haircut, does Yanagita. A little bit cleaned up, trimmed up this year. Here comes the 0-1 offering as Espinoza holds set and fires. Fastball misses down and in, and the count goes even to 1-1. Yanagita on the wrong side of 30 and still playing at a very good level, but his game is noticeably starting to decline a little bit statistically. Him and Kondo last year made a good tandem in the middle part of the order. As the 1-1 pitch is on the way. And it's a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Yanagita batting from that left side here against Espinoza. We mentioned last night in the ball game, and we say it again here tonight, is that usually good starters, you got to get to them early. You can get to them early. Once they settle in and get into a groove, they become very, very difficult. Fastball misses upstairs. It's now 3-1 to Yanagita. And that was the case in last night's ball game. Both Miyagi and Arihara really settled in. It wasn't until the 7th inning where the Hawks were able to get to Miyagi for their 2nd and 3rd runs of the ball game. Here comes the 3-1 pitch as the right-hander holds set, now delivers. Fastball misses down and in. That's going to be ball 4. So that's the 2nd walk of the inning issued by Espinoza. Yanagita is on to first base. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Hotaka Yamakawa. And for Yamakawa, he was 1 for 4 in last night's ball game. The one hit was a big blow. It was an opposite field home run. Took Miyagi the other way. And it was in the power alley. It wasn't a wall scraper per se either. That ball had hit the facing of the level just above what we would call the first deck. It's almost like a loge or a logue or mezzanine level. There's a first pitch fastball, 97 miles an hour, that catches the outside corner, and strike one to Yamakawa. Espinosa does have some giddy up on his fastball, that's for certain. Here comes the 0-1 offering as Espinosa works himself to the set position. Checks the runner at second, now delivers. Fastball swung on and missed. Another pitch at 97. Yamakawa now in the hole at 0-2. There's some nice downhill taper on that pitch as well from Espinosa, right at the knees. Very difficult pitch for Yamakawa to catch up to. Steve Rademacher in the house tonight. We're running a little thin tonight, Steve, at least in the early going. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded to second. They go to the shortstop covering second for one, back to first, and it's going to be an inning-ending double play. That's going to go in the books as a 4-6-3 double play to retire Yamakawa for the third out. Yanagita gone at second for out number 2, and that will do it here in the first inning. There was no runs in the inning. There were no hits. There were no errors, and there was one runner left aboard. We're through a half inning. It is the Hawks, no score. And the Buffaloes coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the bottom of the first inning when we return after this. Appreciate for those of you who do stop in and check us out tonight. For those who listen to us all the time. Hang tight. We'll be right back. We've got a score line right now of 0-0 as the Hawks are out for their first inning, and coming to bat will be the Buffaloes. We'll be right back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom of the first inning, and it's going to be Levon Manello taking to the hill here to face Shuhei Fukuda, Yuma Mune, and Ryoma Nishikawa. Fukuda making his first appearance of the 2024 campaign. Mune and Nishikawa played in last night's ball game. So Manello rocking into the windup, and he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses down for a ball, and the count is 1-0. As we mentioned, I don't know if this is a permanent fixture or if this is just something that they're doing here tonight. We're going to find out for sure if they're going to be extending Manello as he rocks into the windup and delivers. Fukuda squares to bunt, but he takes that for a called strike. And the count runs even to 1-1. Manello had worked as the closer for a couple of seasons ago. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded on one hop back to the pitcher. Manello fields it. He throws to first a little bit low, but making the catch was Yamakawa, and that's going to retire Fukuda. It goes as a ground out, 1-3. So the pitchers have been involved in both plays or at least one play in each inning so far. We often talk about that it's important that pitchers in particular can field their position well. When you start taking away these strikeouts, they're usually involved in about 20% of potential outs over the course of a game. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. Doing a bit of a study on that, and especially in the Japanese league, that number might be a little bit higher because of the amount of bunts that are dropped in the NPB. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into left center field. Moving back underneath it is Shuto. He's there and he makes the catch. With 2 up, we have 2 away here. And that is going to leave it up to the left fielder, Ryoma Nishikawa. For those of you who are tuning in, we made our picks on our channel again today. We're going to do it through the month of March, and there's only 3 days in March. But we'll also do it through the month of April after that. Then becomes a game time decision. We were 4-2 in our picks last night. We also give a pick of the night, or our best pick. We hit on that one as well. So everything is up onto the site. So here's Nishikawa, and he takes a first pitch fastball that just misses outside for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Nishikawa wearing number 7. If I'm not mistaken, Masataka Yoshida wore 7 at the end of his career. I believe he wore Bryce Harper's number, which I think off the top of my head is 35. As that breaking ball misses down, and the count now goes to 2-0 on Nishikawa. Yoshida, of course, left for better pastures last year as he is with the Boston Red Sox. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into straightaway center field, moving over to his left. Making the catch is Shuto, and he's a busy man here tonight as he's made 2 of the 3 putouts in the first inning. Well, that will do it here for the Buffaloes in their half of the first. A 1-2-3 inning for Moinello. High fives all around. We'll keep an eye if he is going to continue on or if he is just going to be a opener, or what they're going to use here tonight. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. We're through 1 complete. Your score is Hawks nothing, Buffaloes nothing. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back with more right after this. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the heart of the order to come to bat here for the, or check that, it's going to be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters to come to bat for Fukuoka. We're still in spring training form here tonight. It'll be Kondo, Kurihara, and Walker to come to bat. Kind of chuckle. We had a few games during the exhibition season to get ourselves up to speed, and now it is the real deal. The first pitch is a fastball that catches the inside corner, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Kondo. It was a early morning last night or a late night, depending on how you looked at it, as we had that game at 2 a.m. Pacific. And we're doubling back here for the day game tonight. There is a fastball that misses down, and the count goes even to 1-1 on Kondo. Kondo was 2 for 3 in last night's ball game. He has nothing across the slash line yet on the season, as he waits here on the offering from Espinoza, who rocks into the windup and delivers. There's a split finger pitch that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-1. 17 pitches in the first inning for Espinoza. And 7 of those were for strikes, so he has struggled here with his command and his control thus far early in the ballgame. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses low, and the count now goes to 3-1 on Kondo. 2 base on balls issued in inning number 1, and he's on his way to walking another one here in inning number 2, as Kondo is ahead in the count. Here's the 3-1. Fastball taken at the knees for a called strike, and the count now goes to 3-2. As I said, I saw Espinoza pitch in the exhibition games, and he looked pretty good. He came on in a relief role, but it was almost as if they were piggybacking the starters. There's a breaking ball waved at and missed, and you can put that one in the books as Kondo is gone down on strikes. Espinoza's first NPB strikeout, and probably had the weight of the world lifted off his shoulders as he's able to get the leadoff hitter here in the second inning. And it's going to bring up the third baseman, Ryoya Kurihara. And for Kurihara, he was 1 for 4 in last night's game. As he steps to bat here to face Espinosa for the first time, and it's a breaking ball that just catches the upper outside corner for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Kurihara will be followed by Adam Walker. So no balls and 1 strike. Espinosa rocking into delivery. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses outside, and the count runs even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. All the other games across the NPB will start in about 45 minutes. Those games get going. We'll get you caught up on the action there as well. There's a breaking ball that is waved at and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Kurihara. So 1-2 here as the right-hander Espinosa gets his sign from Mori. He rocks into the windup and delivers. Fastball that just misses inside. Espinosa thought that was strike 3. But no such deal it was, as the home plate umpire did not go up with the right hand. 2 balls and 2 strikes it is here to Kurihara. Last night, Yuma Mune was a very impactful player for the Buffaloes, both defensively and offensively. There's a breaking ball, waved at and missed. And Kurihara goes into the books, so back-to-back strikeouts here in inning at number 2 for the Buffaloes. But we were saying about Mune, he was doing it with the glove, doing it with the bat last night, and he had moved up in the batting order for the Buffaloes. Defensively tonight for the Buffaloes, from left to right field, it's Nishikawa in left. Fukuda's in center. The right fielder is Sugimoto. Around the horn from first to third, it is Yuma Tongu at first. The second baseman is Gonzalez. The shortstop is Kobayashi. At third base is Mune with the battery of Espinosa and Mori. There is a fastball that is swung on. It's jammed. Walker has looped it over the head of the pitcher. Having to charge hard is Gonzalez, and he's not going to be able to make the play as that ball is going to get down. A lot of English on that ball, but Walker runs well. That's going to be an infield single. So he is aboard with 2 gone, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Takuya Kai. For Takuya Kai, he was 1 for 4 in last night's ball game. He also drove in a run. It was a tough night at the office for the Fukuoka catcher. He took a number of foul balls in the feet and in the thigh area. Sometimes that happens. You see games that go on and nothing happens. Could be a week or 2, and then all of a sudden in one game you completely get beat up. First pitch fastball misses down and away, and the count is 1-0 to Kai. Kai is a very solid defensive catcher. He's not known for his bat as much as he is for his defensive play. Diminutive in size, but a huge heart and a lot of effort from the Fukuoka catcher. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Fastball misses up and in, and the count goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Kai. Kai is 31 years old. He's on the wrong side of 30. Our friend Steve in the house here tonight, he says, here they come. Yes, I think you are correct there, Steve. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 2-1. Late arriving crowd, or at least an early arriving crowd, as the other games, as we said, don't get going until 10 o'clock. So if you're looking for other NPB action, the other games won't kick off until 10 o'clock Pacific or 1 a.m. Eastern, depending upon where you're located in North America. Here's the 2-1. Fastball swung on, grounded to short, fielded by Kobayashi. He sidearm slings it over to second base to Gonzalez. That is going to retire Walker on a fielder's choice, 6-4, as he goes in the books for out number 3. Well, that'll do it here for the Hawks in their half of the second. They had no runs. They had 1 hit, the single by Walker, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 1.5. Your score is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 0, the Orix Buffaloes 0. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. We appreciate you guys for jumping in with us. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom half of the second inning, and it will be the heart of the Buffalo batting order to come to bat. And that means Yuma Tongu, Tomoya Mori, and Leandro Cedeno to come to bat here, as it looks like that Anderson Espinoza has settled down for the Buffaloes on his end. Had a rocky first inning as he'd walked a couple of batters, but settled down there in inning number 2, and that could mean a lot of trouble for the opposition tonight. Tongu leads it off. He was 0 for 3 in last night's ball game. He was hit with a fastball in the shoulder his first at bat. We'll try not to speak it into existence, but last night we were talking about how he had to leave a ball game last year in Tohoku as he takes a first pitch fastball for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Levon Manello back out for inning number 2, so they must be stretching him out to see if they can make him a starter here this year. Fastball swung on and hit into the netting just beyond the temporary seating on the first baseline. The count now goes to 0-2 on Tongu. Tongu batting from the right side here against the left-hander Moinello, who's ahead in the count at 0-2. As he kicks and delivers, there's a fastball swung on and missed. Tongu down on strikes. He's in the books for out number 1. That'll bring up the catcher, Tomoya Mori. A very efficient first inning for Moinello. Only 8 pitches to retire the Buffaloes. That is the pitch efficiency you want to be able to see from your starters. So 3 pitches to take care of Tongu. Here comes the first offering to Tomoya Mori as he gets his sign from his catcher, Takuya Kai. He rocks into the windup. And here's the pitch. Fastball that misses upstairs. Was at 95 miles an hour. I'm curious to see if he's going to lose a little bit of velocity on the fastball, because normally he would be up around 98, 99. But if he is stretching himself out, he's going to try to keep a lot of gas in the tank. There's a fastball swung on, grounded over to the right side, fielded by Yamakawa. He's going to take it himself. That's going to go as a ground out to 3. So just like that, 2 quick outs here in the second inning. It's going to leave it all up to the designated hitter, Leandro Cedeno. Well, for Cedeno, he was 1 for 1 in last night's game. He had a base hit as a pinch hitter, and then, of course, he was run for by Watanabe. But Cedeno gets the start tonight as the designated hitter, and the first pitch is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Cedeno last year made quite an impact for the Buffaloes. Had a pretty good month of June and July. Or months of June and July, as there's a fastball that swung on and fouled away, and Moinello's ahead in the count at 0-2. He had a stretch where he had about 5 or 6 games where he had hit a home run, and he definitely announced himself. I remember seeing him in the spring. He had a development number, and there's a breaking ball, waved that and missed. He goes down on strikes, second strikeout of the inning for Moinello, and Cedeno is gone for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left aboard as they go in order in the second. Your score is the Buffaloes 0 and the Hawks 0. We'll be back with the top of the third inning in just a couple of moments. We appreciate you guys for jumping on board with us tonight. Hang tight. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. We are cruising to the top of the third inning. It's going to be Taisi Makihara, and then the top of the order in Yukio Shudo and Kenta Imamiya to face the right-hander Anderson Espinoza, who's come on for inning number 3. Last night, Makihara went 0 for 4. It was a bit of an eyebrow raiser for us that he was getting the start at second base. There's no Taisi Maki or no. Here comes the pitch. It's a fastball swung on and grounded foul. I lost my train of thought there. As the other player for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks, the Masaki Momori is who I'm thinking about, who was mainly holding down that position last year at second base. Here's the 1-1. Fastball swung on. This ball is lined right to the glove of the first baseman, Yuma Tongu, and that is going to retire Makihara for the first out of the inning. He hit the ball right on the screws, but right to the glove of the first baseman, Tongu. He was playing in. So one gone here. That's going to bring up Yukio Shudo. Taisi Makihara last year, and also Masaki Momori. Masaki Momori missed a lot of time in the early going. There's a fastball that misses up and away. So that's why I said most of the time last year when we saw Makihara play, he was usually in center field or get some first base duty as well. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded over the right side. Tongu fields it. He's going to take it himself, and that's going to retire Shudo on a ground out to 3. So 2 up and 2 away here, and that's going to leave it up to the shortstop, Kenta Imamiya. So a Saturday afternoon in Osaka, and this game is in a full-on sprint right now, as we're almost we're 2+ innings in the books, and it's not even 30 minutes into the ball game. Our friend Tyler in the house here tonight. Welcome, Tyler. Here's the pitch from Espinoza. It's a fastball that misses upstairs for a ball, and the count is 1-0. We made the call on last night's game in the middle of the night or earlier today. And we're doubling back with this one here tonight. The 1-0 on the way. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count goes even to 1-1. Imamiya 0 for 1 today. He grounded to the pitcher his first time up. He's 1 for 4 on the early season. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on, grounded over to second. Gonzalez drops to a knee to field it. Throws to first, and that's going to do it. Ground out 4-3 as Imamiya goes into the books for the third out of the inning. And that will do it here. Our friend Tyler says he can't ever stay awake for the 5 a.m. games. That was pretty tough last night, let me tell you. We had a nap before the game and slipped right through the alarm. Good thing we were able to get up on our own to do it. So that's going to do it here for the Hawks in their half of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. Moving to the bottom of the third inning, your score is the Hawks 0 and the Buffaloes 0. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. And don't forget to check our community page. We made all our picks again for tonight's games, following up last night's picks as well. We'll be right back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. It is Levon Manello on the hill here for the Hawks, and he is ready to face the 7, 8, and 9 batters in the batting order. That would be Ataro Sugimoto, Marwin Gonzalez, and Kotaro Kobayashi. And the first pitch issued to Sugimoto is a breaking ball that misses down for ball 1. Manello back to work, delivers a fastball that misses down as well, and the count is 2-0. Sugimoto last night was 1 for 3 in the ball game. Batting here from the right side against the lefty Moinello. As Moinello rocks into the windup and delivers. A fastball swung on. It's lifted into deep right field. Drifting back with a lot of room underneath it is Yanagita, and he's there to make the catch. And with one up, we've got one away here in the bottom of the third inning, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Marwin Gonzalez. I want to thank everybody for coming into the channel tonight to listen in. As we said, we are giving you the call here tonight. We'll be back on the air for the same two teams tomorrow night, same time. It'll be a 9 a.m. Pacific, midnight Eastern first pitch. And then we will post our schedule up during the week for later in the week. What we will be able to give to everybody next weekend. There's a first pitch fastball taken at the knees for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Gonzalez. The switch hitting second baseman did not play in last night's ball game. He said it was the first time in about 50 years that the Buffaloes rolled out an opening day lineup that was all Japanese. As that fastball misses down and the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Manello rocking again and delivering. Breaking ball swung on it is tapped foul over on the third base side as it gets towards the dugout. And the count goes to 1-2 on Gonzalez. 7 up and 7 down, retired by Manello so far here tonight. As we mentioned, he was signed to a 4-year contract extension. Earlier this week, there was an announcement made that he had been extended for a few more seasons in a Fukuoka uniform. But we certainly didn't expect to see him on the mound. There's a fastball swung, and this ball's belted down the left field line, but it's going to hook foul. And that is going to run the count to keep the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Gonzalez. He absolutely turned on that one and obliterated the pitch. But he hooked it over the netting down the left field line into the seats. 36,000 plus last night to watch these two teams play. It's not quite the same capacity, but surprisingly, there's a very good crowd in attendance here tonight again for the second game of this series. There's a fastball swung on it. It's taken on 1 hop by the third baseman, Kurihara. He throws to first. That's going to retire Gonzalez. A very nice play by the third baseman, Kurihara. It's a ground out 5-3 as Gonzalez is in the books for out number 2. That's going to leave it up to the shortstop, Kotaro Kobayashi. Had to go to his glove side. He threw a 1 bouncer back across the diamond, but boy, was that a fantastic play. So Kobayashi, who was 0 for 4 in last night's game, faces Manello, and the first pitch is a fastball that misses down for a ball, and the count is 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes. Kobayashi really holds his hands up high, a little higher than I would probably prefer to see it. And there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count goes even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike as the lefty rocks into the motion, ready to go to work again. Here's the pitch. Fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Kobayashi. I think Kobayashi probably wishes he had that one back. He can tell just by his body language that he should have pulled the trigger. So here's the 1-2. Moinello rocking into the windup and delivers. Fastball swung on, and that ball is lifted foul down the right field line, and the count remains at 1-2. Very interesting there. Sometimes Moinello has a big high leg kick, and there's other times it's almost like out of the windup he slide steps. Well, that was one of those slide step type maneuvers there to try to throw the timing of the hitter off. And there is a breaking ball swung on, and this is lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats over on the first base line. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it remains to Kobayashi. Manello's not a big guy. But he's very slender. He's got long levers for somebody who is small for his size. Here comes the 1-2 pitch as he rocks into the motion and delivers. There's a breaking ball down. They appeal to the first base umpire, but Kobayashi stays alive. That's going to run the count to 2-2. We're going to get a look at it up from up above. And I think that maybe he did offer at that pitch, but first base umpire says otherwise. And he's the one that matters. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Kentaro Kobayashi. Here's the pitch. Fastball that misses just inside, and that runs the count to 3-2. Our friend Steve Rademacher in the house tonight, holding court. We appreciate Steve for kicking around here with us as well. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Kobayashi. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted softly into center field. Coming in on it is Shuto. He's there and makes the catch. And they go quietly again to the Buffaloes. 1, 2, 3 in their half of the third inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. Your score as we are now through 3 complete, it is 0-0. Our friend Tudo in the house, he says, how's it going? Way better now that you've joined us. We appreciate you for stopping in, Tudo. We'll be back here in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for listening in with us tonight. We'll be right back after this. For those of you who don't know Steve Rademacher, Steve is in the house with us tonight. Check him out after the game when you get a chance. Here he is.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name. And I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. 41 pitches through the first 3 innings for Anderson Espinoza, as he will be facing Yuki Yanagita, Hotaka Yamakawa, and Kensuke Kondo here in the 4th inning. The first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Yanagita. Yanagita walked his first time up, but he was erased in a double play to end the first inning. Here's the pitch. Fastball that misses down, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Yanagita was 1 for 3 in last night's affair. Tyler says, I took 3 of your picks tonight. There's a fastball that bounced up to the plate. That's going to run the count to 2-1. Says, hope we can make some money regardless. Let's go. Yeah, well, we did pretty good last night. We didn't put any nickels and dimes on it. We didn't put our money where our mouth is. Tonight we did. And this will probably be the night we'll lay an egg. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2-2. I was talking today with a friend of mine, and we were chatting a little bit about the Japanese league and saying about, with a couple of teams such as Fukuoka with a new manager. The Giants have a new manager this year, as that pitch is a breaking ball down and the count is 3-2. And you have to kind of start to look at what the tendencies of the managers are, how they're going to use their bullpens, how they're going to use some of the players. There's a breaking ball that misses inside, and Yanagita is going to be aboard with a leadoff walk. So, for example, last year manager Fujimoto, how he used his bullpen. And of course, here we've got Levon Manello in the starting rotation this year for the Hawks, not coming out of the pen. But they've got Fuji and they have Matsumoto and also Osuna, as we saw yesterday, in the back end of the bullpen. Can they make better use of Moinello somewhere else and putting him into the starting rotation? We'll see how this goes. There's the first pitch, breaking ball delivered to Hotaka Yamakawa, and the count is quickly 1-0. Yamakawa 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded into a double play his first time up. He's 1 for 5 on the season with that home run in last night's game. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball waved at and missed. The count now goes to 1-1. Tyler says he missed hearing Kondo's name. And what are you betting? Well, tonight we made our picks, so we have to put our stuff where our money where our mouth is. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses outside. So our best bet, we did a best pick tonight. And the best pick was we took the Bay Stars to win again over the Carp. I also took this game here for the Buffaloes, not knowing a whole lot. Only saw Espinosa pitch in the exhibition game season once. There's a fastball swung on its tap foul at home plate, and the count is 2-2. Last pitch was at 94 miles an hour. So we took the Buffaloes. We also did an over-under. I took an over in the scoring in the Bay Stars Carp game. And I have to confess, I can't remember the third pick that we made. I believe it was the Marines who we took to win. There's a ground ball over to third, fielded by Mune, over to second for one, back to first, and it's going to be another double play. That's 2 at-bats, and 2 times Yamakawa has grounded to the double play. This is of the 5-4-3 variety. So Yanagita out for the first out at second base. Yamakawa at the back end. That's going to bring up Kensuke Kondo to the plate. I'd have to go back and tell you who our other pick was here tonight, who we decided to put a couple of nickels down on. I have to pull that up. As I said, we gave our 6 picks, and I played 3 of them. The other one was Chiba. I picked Chiba over the Fighters. Fastball that misses upstairs for ball 1. Reason being was I do like the way the Fighters have been coming together here, the way that they're molding that team. It looks like it's going to be a good group, good core. Breaking ball down, and the count is 2-0. Still don't see them making the playoffs yet, but I think 2025 is going to be their year. I think they're going to make some noise in 2025 and get to the playoffs. So 2 balls and no strikes to Kondo. Anderson delivers. It's a fastball that misses down. It's now 3-0. Anderson has walked 3 batters tonight so far. He's only allowed the 1 hit to Adam Walker. He's struggled with his command early. I'd be curious how much further past the 5th inning he would go, assuming he gets through to the 5th inning. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 3-1. Tyler says he's got Giants, Bay Stars, and Swallows. And I've got, as the breaking ball drops in for a called strike, the count now goes to 3-2. So back to my slip. So we know I've got Marines, Buffaloes, and Bay Stars. That's how we shaped it up here tonight. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on, and it's fouled off the foot of Kondo, and the count remains at 3-2. As I said, the Carp and the Bay Stars, I have a feeling that game could score some runs tonight. I looked at the pitching matchup, and I might try to, after this game is done, when I'm done the call, I might try to see if I can get a feed and watch a little bit of that. I don't know if we'll be able to see any of the starters. There's a fastball swung on, tap foul down the first base line. He may be long gone by the time we're there. We got Troy in the house tonight. Welcome back. Tigers got off to a good start last night. That would be the Detroit Tigers, as our friend Troy is a Tiger fan. They can't hit, though, Troy. That's the problem. They got 1 run, and they have to basically shut teams out to win ball games. Here's the 3-2. Fastball misses outside. It's going to be ball 4, and that's going to be the 4th walk issued by Espinosa tonight so far. As Kondo was aboard with the walk, and that's going to bring up the 3rd baseman, Ryoya Kurihara. For those that are new to the channel, when folks come in and listen into the ball games, we tell everybody we are Detroit Tiger fans. That is the mantra of our channel. We don't always get a chance to pound the drum for Tigers. We like to watch baseball, period. But that is the way it goes. We like the Detroit Motor City Ball Club. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Kurihara. Kurihara 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out in his only time up. He is 1 for 5 on the season. Bats here with 2 away and the runner Kondo at first. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. As the right-hander holds to the set. Now he delivers. Fastball swung on, popped up over on the third base side. Moving over underneath it in foul territory is Mune. He's got plenty of room and makes the catch. And that is going to do it here as they strand a runner. But no damage in the fourth for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. No runs in the inning. There were no hits. There was no errors. 1 runner left the board. We're moving now to the bottom of the 4th inning. Your score is the Hawks 0 and the Buffaloes 0. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for being here with us. We got Dinger in the house. We got Troy and Tyler here. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for being with us. We'll be back in just a couple moments with all the action. Hang tight. Right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. We got a lot of people coming in tonight, and we appreciate you guys for being here. Our friend Dinger is back in. He says he missed our calls in the off season and is looking forward to the new season. Our goal is to get about 150 games in. That's what we're targeting this year. So hopefully you could be on the call or on the listen for some of those ones. As the first pitch is on the way, it's a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. Shuhei Fukuda, Yumamune, and Ryoma Nishikawa here to face the lefty Moinello, who has cruised through his first 3 innings of work. Breaking ball swung on, tapped back to the pitcher. He throws to first, and that's going to retire Fukuda. I thought I was watching a replay because that's how the game started. Exactly ground out 1-3 both times here for Fukuda, as he is playing pepper with the pitcher. 1 gone here in the 4th, and that'll bring up the third baseman Yumamune. Tyler says Detroit is on his never bet list. That might be something that might be for a lot of people. Detroit is in that Central Division, which is, I used to say, the weakest division in baseball. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Mune. Although I have to say the National League Central might be right there with it this year. Mune in the hole at 0-1, and the pitch from Moinello, fastball swung on, grounded to second. Fielded neatly by the second baseman, Makihara. He throws to first, and Mune is in the books for out number 2. So 2 quick outs here in the 4th inning, and that'll leave it up to the left fielder, Ryoma Nishikawa. So if you're just joining us here for this one, we have 11 batters have come to the plate, and 11 batters have been set down by Levon Moinello, who is making the first time, or the first start we've seen him make in the NPB. For the last few years, when we've been watching the games extensively, Moinello has really just come out of the bullpen. So very interesting to see that they're using him as a starter. So here comes the first offering to Nishikawa. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is 0-1. That last pitch had a lot of bite to it. So no balls and 1 strike. And the pitch on the way, it's a fastball that misses down and in. The count is 1-1. Tyler says the Tigers have his favorite prospect, though. Not sure who that prospect would be for you. Maybe Colt Keith. Mick 3Y official in the house. We're glad to see a Mick back in the house again. Fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-2 to Nishikawa. Nishikawa 0 for 1 tonight. He had flown to center his first time up. 1 for 5 to start the campaign. The pitch from Manello on the way. Fastball swung on. It is taken on a hop by the shortstop, Imamiya. He throws a one-hopper to first, and it is picked by Yamakawa. And that is going to do it here in the fourth inning. A ground out 6-3. And we've got our third out here and our fourth inning in the books. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through 4 complete. Your score is the Hawks nothing and the Buffaloes nothing. Stick around, everybody. Don't blink because this game could be over in a flash. Nothing is the score, and we'll be back in just a few after this.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. Appreciate our friend Eric there, and the friend of our channels here, as he is in town doing some stuff with us here. We're going to try to get ourselves another couple of those little commercials done between now and the end. So hopefully we can have some new entertainment for you guys on the in-between. It'll be the bottom third of the batting order to come to bat. It'll be Adam Walker, Takuya Kai, and Taisi Makihara to face Anderson Espinoza. 62 pitches through the first couple innings. Our friend Luke says these commercials are freaking cringe. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. We appreciate you there. We don't want them to be too good. As the pitch is delivered to Walker, and it is swung on and fouled away, and the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Troy says it looks like that the pitching will have to carry the Tigers for them to be successful. Yeah, the pitching and the defense, both of those things are going to have to work in tandem because they're going to have to scratch and claw out some runs. Breaking ball misses upstairs to Walker, and the count now goes to 2-1. And there's a pitch. It is a fastball swung on and lifted foul. The count goes to 2-2. Troy said, didn't know Gregory Polanco was in the league. Yeah, he actually began his career with the Yomiuri Giants a couple of seasons ago. And then last year, or his NPB career, that is. And then last year, he moved over to Chiba. He's back there again this year. Fastball swung on. Grounded to short. Fielded by Kirby Ashe. Throw to first. Walker in the books. So 1 gone here in the inning. Ground out 6-3, and that's going to bring up Takuya Kai. Our friend Tyler taking shots at Luke over here. Well, you know what? Hey, listen, everybody can come on in and say what they say and like what they like. But there's always 2,6,999,000 other channels out there that you can go and listen to and hang out at. There's a breaking ball that is taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. We just happen to be one of the many in this big stream of YouTube. Hopefully the folks that come in enjoy the call of the game. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded through the 6-hole into left field. And Takuya Kai is aboard with a base hit single. That's only the second hit of the ball game. The other hit was by Adam Walker back in the second inning. So we've got a runner aboard here. That's going to bring up the second baseman, Taisi Makihara. And it's kind of interesting. I had no idea that there was that many YouTube channels, period. Let's throw out some YouTube stats. I think they said something like was it 2,700,000 YouTube channels. I don't know how many active users there are. I mean, people that are producing content, I think, is the big thing to that. There's a fastball that's an attempted bunt. It looked like it was more of a push bunt than anything else. It wasn't a standard sacrifice for Makihara, and the count is quickly 0-1 to him. Runner at first is Kai. One gone here in the 5th inning. Tyler asked the question, what do we think about Max Clark? And the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball swung on, and it's fouled off to Moyamori, so he gets to experience what Takuya Kai felt last night. A little bit of pain from the foul balls. So no balls and 2 strikes. Well, I'm not sure what I think about Max Clark. I can say this, that when the draft was taking place last year, I was a big Wyatt Langford fan. And he went pretty much right after Detroit as the Texas Rangers took him. And I know there was a lot of questions about Langford. He played center field for the University of Florida. And I really enjoyed watching the highlights and what little I did see of him play. I liked his swing. And it looks like he hasn't missed a beat with the Texas Rangers. Now, Max Clark, as a high schooler, arguably was considered to be one of the top high schoolers around. I have my concerns a little bit, not because of his talent and ability, but is he going to be able to keep his head on his shoulders? Certainly he has quite the Instagram following. There's a fastball that misses outside the counts 1-2 to Makihara. The kid, I also like the high school kid. I did like the Walker Jenkins pick by the Minnesota Twins last year. So a couple outfielders who went shortly after Max Clark. I'm curious to see how that pans out, but certainly Clark has all the tools. So here comes the 1-2 pitch as the right-hander kicks and delivers. There is a split finger pitch swung on and missed. Makihara goes into the books for the 2nd out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that'll bring up the top of the order in Yukio Shudo. Our friend Tyler says, respectfully, he's too ready for the Tigers. I don't know if that's Max Clark or if that would be Langford, because really the Tigers aren't ready to win yet. A couple years away. Our friend Mick asked the question, what do we think about the Trevor Bauer situation? 1 year after that move to Yokohama DNA, there's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Shudo. Shudo 0 for 1 tonight. He's walked and stolen a base and grounded to first in his 2 trips to the plate. 0 for 5 to start the young year. Well, I think that the Trevor Bauer situation, it's unfortunate for him. He is, if you want to call it blackballed, call it whatever you want. Fastball swung on, lifted into left field. Coming in hard on it is the left fielder Nishikawa. He's there. He makes the catch, and Shudo is gone for out number 3, and that is going to do it. No runs in the inning. There was a hit. There was no errors, and there was 1 runner left to board. As we move now to the bottom of the 5th inning, your score is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 0 and the Orix Buffaloes 0. We'll come back and talk a little bit more about what is going on with Trevor Bauer, and not just him, but how about Julio Urias? Maybe looking for a job in the NPB this year as well. Stay tuned, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us here tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the heart of the batting order to come to bat for the Buffaloes to get things going against Levon Moinello. It'll be Yuma Tongu, Tomoya Mori, and Leandro Cedeno. Moinello has retired all of the 12 batters he has faced so far, 12 up and 12 down, as we move here to the bottom of the fifth inning. We may have something special brewing here tonight. So here comes the first offering to Yuma Tongu as the left-hander rocks into the motion and delivers a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul into the seats over on the first base side. The count is 0-1 to Tongu. Tongu 0 for 4 to start the season. He was hit by a pitch. Friend Alex T jumps in here and says, who do you think will win and what is the score, do you think? So the first question is we've put up our picks on our community page, Alex, so you can always go and take a look at that on the daily. As that breaking ball is waved out and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2. So that's the first thing, so you'll know exactly who we picked. The score of the game, we don't usually do the over-unders, but boy, oh boy, this is looking like a very, very low-scoring affair as that fastball misses outside. The count is 1-2. Moinello has been perfect through 4 as he enters here into the fifth inning. Here comes the 1-2 pitch as he rocks into the windup and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on it. It's popped foul down the first base line, but it's going to drift into the seats over the netting, and the count now is going to keep at 1-2 to Tongu. We're talking a little bit in that last half inning. Mick asked the question about Trevor Bauer's situation. And Trevor Bauer is certainly got himself in a limbo situation right now. There's a fastball swung on, and this ball is going to be grounded through the 6-hole into left field. And Yuma Tongu has broke up the no-hitter and the perfect game, as Tongu is aboard with a single, and that will bring up the catcher, Tomoya Mori. So we talked about the Bauer situation, but also, too, another one is the Julio Arias situation as well. There's talk about him possibly heading over to Japan. Our friend Sales Windshield Repair says, anybody actually showing a game tonight? Now the games get going until 10 o'clock, and you won't find anything being shown here on our channel, as we can't give you the live video. A lot of people, they locate the games and then they sync it up to us because all of the games are usually in Japanese. So here comes the first offering from the lefty. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0 to Mori. Mori grounded out the first, his first time up. He is 1 for 4 on the early season. Batting from the left side against the left-handed slants of Moinello, who is throwing from the stretch for the first time this evening. And here comes the pitch. Fastball misses upstairs. The count's now 2-0. Tyler asked the question. I don't know the details on that part, but he's not a first-time offender. He was a second-time offender. And that's the other part I think that some people might have a hard time swallowing with Bauer, is that Bauer, if that is indeed the case, first of all, wasn't found guilty, was thrown out of court, but really was a first-time offender. Here's the 2-0. Breaking ball swung on and lifted foul into the seats, and the count is 2-1. You look at guys like Marcelo Zuna, even Julio Arias, and for that matter, even the closer for the Hawks, Roberto Osuna. He had a couple of chances in Major League Baseball, and then after, I guess, 2 chances, you're out. And so Bauer not getting a second chance, so to speak, but I think there's some other reasons behind it. I think the social media, his public attacks or verbal attacks towards the commissioner, Rob Manfred, all play a part in some of his not getting back into the league. There's a breaking ball waved out and missed. The count now goes to 2-2. And as a whole, he is definitely somebody who is, I would say, off the grid or outside the norm for that as well. Jackson Surratt says, do you know where we can watch the game? On our membership page, we have a list of stuff that you can take a look at. There's the 2-2 pitch. There's a fastball taken for a called third strike. And that is going to retire Mori. He is going to be gone for the first out of the inning, and that will bring up the designated hitter, Leandro Cedeno. Depends on really what country you're in. Sometimes if you're in North America, if you're in the United States or in Canada, it varies from spot to spot. There's all kinds of little places that you can try to do it. There's different places that have broadcast the game. If you're new to the stream, you know that last year that you can go through our old streams, and there's quite a bit of information in there that can help you be able to find some of that spot where you can find games. So here comes the first pitch to Leandro Cedeno, and it is a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes to Cedeno. Cedeno 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out in his only plate appearance. He went 1 for 1 last night, having a pinch hit single. So 1 for 2 on the early season for the big fella. Mick says it's eventually the stain on your name that gets you blackballed. Yeah, that's the unfortunate part. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Moinello delivers a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-0. Tyler says to think a small market team that isn't willing to sign him is crazy. I think what's crazy is teams that are ready to win, and we don't know. We're not in the meeting rooms, but if I was the Houston Astros general manager, Dana Brown, here's the 2-0. Fastball swung on, lifted into deep right center field. Giving chase is Shudo. He's looking up. He leaps up against the wall, and that one is not going to come back as that ball is going to be gone. It's going to be a 2-run shot for Leandro Cedeno. And he has given the Buffaloes here a 2-0 lead. So a great first 4 innings for Moinello. And Yuma Tongu, who led off with a single, cashes in front of him. A 2-run shot by Cedeno has put the Buffaloes ahead now 2-0 here in the 5th inning. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Yataro Sugimoto. So anybody here who had the over-under, I'm not sure what the over-under in this one was for the first 5. But certainly at this point here, those who had the 2 runs or more, guys are going to be in good shape. There's the first offering from Moinello, delivered to Sugimoto. It's a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So Sugimoto 0 for 1 tonight, flew out to right field his first time up. He is 1 for 3. Swings at a fastball, lifts it into center field. Moving back on it is Shudo. This time he's got the room almost in the same spot that Cedeno would hit the ball. But Sugimoto is gone for the second out of the inning. That's going to leave it all up to the second baseman, Marwin Gonzalez. Back to Tyler's thoughts on the small market team. I don't know if it's so much the small market. I don't think if I'm a team with a young team that I want Bauer coming in. I think if you're a team like the Houston Astros, I was saying Dana Brown, probably want to have some discussions with your veteran leadership group. Hey, is this a guy we can bring in that can help us? Maybe we bring him in on a 1-year. Breaking ball misses down to Gonzalez, 1 ball and no strikes. You've got him maybe for the back half of the season. You say, hey, let's bring him in, see if we could get a World Series out of this guy. Especially with the team down there in Houston that is ready to win. Fastball swung on, grounded over to short, fielded by Imamiya. Throws to first. They retire Gonzalez. That's going to do it. And we're going to go into what we like to call our Japanese halftime, as there's going to be an extended break here in the 5th inning. There was 2 runs in the inning on the home run by Leandro Cedeno. There were 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We're now through 5 complete innings. Your score is the Buffaloes 2, the Hawks no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a bit. We appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Our friend Titus is in the house. Glad you made it in. We'll be back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the top of the sixth inning here, starting in just a couple moments. It's been a pretty quick first 5 innings, an hour and 15 minutes to be precise. Pretty impressive, as there's not been a lot of hits in this one. 2-2-0 is the line score for the Buffaloes, 0-2-0 for the Hawks. It is the 2 runs in this ball game, courtesy of the 2-run shot at the bottom of the 5th off of the bat of Leandro Cedeno, as he has given the Buffaloes a 2-0 lead. Perfect 4 innings for Levon Moinello, and it was a single and then a strikeout looking to Maury and the 2-run shot by Cedeno that have plated all the runs in this game so far. And the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks have had a couple of hits. They have had more base runners, as Espinoza has issued 4 free passes today. But he's been able to escape his command and control issues to be able to keep the Hawks at bay. We have a few people asking some questions here. Alex says you could have streamed all along. No, that's our stock footage from last year when we were in the land of the rising sun. And you'll notice, Alex, there's no games being shown in the background. Otherwise, we'd have ourselves a bit of an issue with YouTube and the NPB. Dinger says, any trips planned to the land of the rising sun? It'll be 2025. Probably spend more time in Korea. I'd like to go check out some Korea stuff. Not till next year. It'll be again August. This year it'll be Nicaragua for 2+ weeks. At the end of August, as we've got a bunch of teenagers taken down, we're going to be playing some baseball. We got about 10 games, 8 to 10 games in a 14-day window in Nicaragua that we are going to be taking part in. So we're looking forward to that. So that will be where that is. And that is where we stand. So the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks will have the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to come to bat. Imamiya, Yanagita, and Yamakawa will be facing Espinoza, who will begin his 6th inning of work. I have to say, I was impressed with Espinoza in the exhibition season when we saw him come out of the bullpen. He's just going to clean up his walk rate a little bit, and if he can do that, looks like they have themselves a pretty decent starter. There's a lot of movement on his stuff. Scores for around the NPB, while all the other games are now going. We'll pick you off some of those. There is some scoring in the out-of-town scoreboard. First pitch, fastball taken for a strike. The Saitama Cebu Lions are out to a 1-0 lead against the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. That's in the top of the first inning. That's the only score that is currently we have here. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into left field. Moving over underneath it is Nishikawa. And that is going to retire Kenta Imamiya for the first out of the inning. 1 gone here, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Yuki Yanagita. Yanagita tonight officially does not have an at-bat. He has walked both of his times to the plate. Yanagita waiting here on the offering from Espinoza as they rocket the delivery and fires. It's a fastball swung on, grounded to second. And Gonzalez again dropping to a knee, fields it, and he throws to first. That's going to retire Yanagita on a ground out 4-3. He's gone for the second out. And that is going to bring up the first baseman, Hataka Yamakawa. 78 pitches so far for Espinoza. I'm curious to see what they'll have him stretched out to. My guess is probably 90 to 100. I would anticipate he'll probably come out for another inning of work. Here's the pitch. First pitch, fastball, taken for a called strike. Yamakawa didn't like that one, and it's 0-1. Well, the good news for Yamakawa, he's not going to be able to roll into a double play here, as that's what he's done his first 2 times up tonight. He's 1 for 6 on the season. Fastball swung on and grounded foul over on the third base side. Count now goes to 0-2. Yamakawa, as we said, hit that opposite field blast last night into the power alley in right center field. But tonight he has been quiet. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball that misses way upstairs. The count goes to 1-2. They've really beefed up the lineup, have the Hawks. Yanagita and Kondo were pretty much the only two running mates last year. They've added Yamakawa in the middle of the order. He was the home run champion in 2022 for the Saitama Sea Blue Lions. There's a fastball swung on. It's popped up into left field. Moving back on it is Kobayashi, but Nishikawa calls him off and makes the catch. And that is going to do it here. He is gone for the third out of the inning. And that will do it for the Hawks in their half of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're moved to the bottom of the sixth inning. Your score is the Buffaloes 2 and the Hawks no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a few minutes. We appreciate you guys for checking us out tonight. Whether you listen live or on delay, it is always appreciated that you folks are with us. We'll be right back in just a few. Here's one of our ones from our friend Steve Rademacher, who was in the chat earlier tonight and listening in. This is his favorite group, the Brew Crew.
Thank you, Freddie. Appreciate your support and everybody out there. Steve again here, obviously, with the Milwaukee Brewers. Of course, we have Bernie Brewer on my favorite beverage of choice right there, along with a card of Bernie. Yay! Now, we got some special guests here. I'm not just talking about our Hall of Fame lineup. I must be in the front row. Hey, come on there, Robin. I got 3,000 hits. What do you have? Well, I was the all-time saves leader, and I got 1.5 feet on you. Okay, Raleigh, settle down, buddy. Now, none of this could be possible without Harvey's Wallbangers. There's Harvey. And who could forget the Fonz? Hey.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the last half of the sixth inning. It'll be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters to come to bat for the Buffaloes. Kobayashi, Fukuoka, and Mune to face the lefty Moinello. The first pitch is a breaking ball delivered for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Friend Jackson says he's got to quit betting. Why am I up? You're up for the entertainment and the crazy commercials in between innings. There's a breaking ball swung on, tapped slowly to third. Kurihara fields it. He fires across the diamond. And Kobayashi is going to be in the books on a ground out 5-3 for out number 1 here in the sixth inning, and that'll bring up the top of the order and Shuhei Fukuda. Well, for Fukuda tonight, he is 0 for 2. Both times he is grounded back to the pitcher. We said the last time it's almost as if he's playing pepper with Moinello. So let's see what he has up his sleeve here tonight. Only 59 pitches for the diminutive lefty as he rocks himself into the windup and delivers. Fastball misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Fukuda. Fukuda batting from the left side against the left-handed throwing Moinello, who rocks into the motion and fires. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count runs even to 1-1. Just as a reminder, as we said, we'll be back on the airwaves tomorrow. We're going to stay with these same two teams. 9 o'clock Pacific, midnight Eastern, if you are awake and listening. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled away. It reaches the seats over behind the third base dugout. Count now goes to 1-2 on Fukuda. So hopefully you get a chance to make it in. We'd love to have you back again for all the action tomorrow as well. Trying to get you the starting pitchers at some point here. Normally they post them up at some point during our game. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball taken for a called strike. And that is strike 3 delivered to Fukuda. He doesn't like the call, but he goes in the books for the second out of the inning. And by our count, that would be the 4th strikeout tonight for Levon Manello. And that's going to leave it all up to the third baseman, Yuma Mune. Both teams have been quiet in the hit department tonight. 2 hits for each of these ball clubs. The difference maker, the Leandro Cedeno 2-run shot in the bottom of the 5th inning. So Moinello ready to go back to work. He rocks into the windup and delivers a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. Mune 0 for 2 tonight. He was 2 for 4 in last night's game. He had no homers and an RBI. Our friend Connor in the house tonight. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count goes to 1-1 on Mune. It's going pretty good, and glad to have you with us. Thanks for stopping in, and it's the best time of the year for sure. Everybody still thinks they've got a chance to win a title. There's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 2-1 to Mune. Lots of action still to come, and we said our goal this year is to get 150 games in. As it is 2 balls and 1 strike. Moinello rocks and delivers. Fastball swung on, chopped over the head of Moinello, fielded by the shortstop Mamiya. Throws to first, and that is going to retire Yuma Mune on a groundout 6-3. He's gone for the 3rd out of the inning. That is going to do it here for the Buffaloes. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through 6 complete. Your score is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks trailing the Orix Buffaloes 2-0. We'll be back with the top of the 7th in just a few. We appreciate you guys for being here and listening in tonight. Hang tight. Here's some more cheerleaders for you, and we'll be back in a bit. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters to come to bat here in the 7th inning. Kensuke Kondo, Ryoya Kurihara, and Adam Walker to face the starter Anderson Espinoza. Curious to see what the leash will be on him. Our friend Jackson's, well, actually, Espinoza looks like he is going to be finished for the evening here, so we have to do a double take on that. Are going to have ourselves a pitching change. We don't always get the notifications that come in quickly, and of course they don't warm up on the field here. It is in the underneath, under the ground, where they warm up in behind the team's dugouts. It is going to be, it looks like number 56. This is going to be Atsuya Kogita, who is coming on in relief. It'll be his first appearance of the 2024 season, as he is going to be taking over. So Atsuya Kogita on in relief. And I guess that answers our question, is it really didn't go much over 80 pitches there for the right-hander Espinoza. So he's going to get to face Kensuke Kondo, Ryoya Kurihara, and Adam Walker here in inning number 7. Our friend Jackson was saying that we do a pretty good job doing the NPB. We probably are going to land around about 100 NPB games, and then probably do about 50 MLB games throughout the year. We'll just pick and choose which ones we do. We can't do everything. Fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Kondo. Kondo 0 for 1. He struck out in the 2nd and walked in the 4th. Usually it'll be day games that we will call during the season just because of my own time constraints. Fastball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 0-2. Connor says, best time of year for everybody except for his Oakland A's. I'm actually going to be in Oakland. I'm going to get to see a couple of games in June. Going to see the Blue Jays twice, and then a bounce over to San Francisco and catch the Astros and the Giants. That breaking ball misses down, and the count goes to 1-2. It'll be the first time I've had an opportunity. I did want to get to Oakland and San Fran. I was hoping to do it a few years ago, but haven't been able to make that part of my coast journey. But this year here, I've got a little bit of a window of time to be able to make that happen. Here's the 1-2. Fastball misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-2 on Kondo. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jackson says he's a Braves fan. I have to tell you, Jackson, I've got the Braves to go and win the World Series this year. They're my pick. Breaking ball swung on. This ball is laced into center field. It's going to get down in front of Fukuoka for a base hit. Yeah, that is going to be a single for Kondo, as he is aboard with a leadoff hit here in the 7th inning, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Ryoya Kurihara. Our friend, the mayor, Pete, in the house tonight. He says, who do you like to win this game? Well, we have our picks up on our channel. If you go and check the community page, we'll be posting every day, and we'll tell you who we think is going to win. We did pick the Buffaloes to win, and we're staying with it here tonight. Here comes the first offering to Ryoya Kurihara, as the right-hander Kagita delivers a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Kurihara is 0 for 2 in this one. He struck out in the 2nd, and he popped out to 3rd to end the 4th inning. So here comes the 0-1 offering as the right-hander works to the belt. He checks the rudder, and now he kicks and fires. It is a fastball swung on, grounded to 2nd. Gonzalez flips it to Kobayashi for 1. Back to 1st, and that's going to be a double play. That's the 3rd double play tonight rolled by the Buffaloes. That's going to go in the books as a 4-6-3 variety. Racing Kondo at the front end and Kurihara on the back end. Connor says, nothing like the Bay Area. Well, first time to I shouldn't say that. 2nd time to San Francisco, but I can't count being in the airport last year as really a time to visit. Haven't booked my accommodation yet. I'm going to have to do a little homework to see what areas I want to try to stay away from. Here's the first pitch. Breaking ball delivered to Adam Walker, and it's pop foul behind home plate. Count is quickly 0-1. Walker is 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a single and a ground out. Friend Jackson said he hopes the Braves can go all the way this year. He certainly have the lineup to do it, and if the pitching can stay healthy, then you've got as good a chance as anybody. Fastball swung on, grounded over to 3rd. A spectacular play by Mune, moving into the 6th hole, sliding to his knee, doing a 360, and throwing a bullet across the diamond to retire Adam Walker for the 3rd out of the inning, and that is going to do it here in the 7th. That goes in the books easy as a ground out 5-3 for out number 3. We are now moving to the bottom of the 7th inning. We had no runs in the inning, 1 hit, no errors, and there was nobody left aboard. We're moving now to the bottom of the 7th. Your score is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks trailing the Orix Buffaloes 2-0. We'll be back in just a few. Hang tight. Our friend Steve Rademacher is with us, and we'll give you some more of his entertainment to keep you guys laughing here in just a couple. Have a good one, everybody. We'll be right back.
Oh, hello. Oh, hey. Yep. I'm just sitting here listening to Freddie call another game here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, going really good. He's calling a great game. Really exciting. Lots of stuff going on. You're lucky it's commercial break right now. I got a second. Oh, yeah, of course I'm having a cold one. Oh, yeah, got plenty of videos coming up this week. You should stop in, check them out, leave a like, tell other people. But, Freddie's coming back. I got to go catch the game. I will check in with you later. You have a good night, buddy. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. All the other games are underway across the NPB now, and in the top of the 2nd inning, the Yokohama DNA Bay Stars have a 1-0 lead over the Hiroshima Carp. The other game that has scoring in it, in the bottom of the 1st inning, the Saitama Cebu Lions have a 1-0 lead over the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. All the other games are scoreless at this point. This one here, 2-0, as Levon Monello begins the 7th inning. And the first pitch is a fastball that is swung on and missed. Count is quickly 0-1 to Ryoma Nishikawa. It's Nishikawa, Tongu, and Mori here to face the lefty Monello in inning number 7. Nishikawa is 0 for 2 tonight. He has flown to center and grounded to short, as the pitch is a fastball that just misses off the outside corner, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Our friend Jackson, who jumped in here and was saying that he hopes that the Braves go all the way. Breaking ball that is waved at and missed, and the count goes to 1-2. I have to say, as I said, the lineup from top to bottom, the only guy that might doesn't put a scare into me is Orlando Arcia, but even in that lineup, he becomes a dangerous hitter when you've got 8 other guys hitting around him. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball swung on, chopped softly over to first, fielded by the first baseman Yamakawa, who will step on the bag and take it himself. Goes as a ground out to 3 for out number 1. And that is going to bring up the first baseman, Yuma Tongu. Well, Tongu got the party started in the 5th inning. He had a single and was brought home on the 2-run shot by Leandro Cedeno. So he is 1 for 2 tonight, 1 for 5 in the early going this season. Single in 2 trips. Monello is at 71 pitches. 67 through 6 innings is absolutely unbelievable. So here's the first pitch to Tongu. It's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Got to think that the National League East has got to be one of the top-heavy, toughest divisions in baseball. Breaking ball drops in for a called strike. Count goes to 1-1 on Tongu. I mean, the Nationals aren't going to put a scare into anybody, and the Mets might lose 100 games this year, especially when they get to the trade deadline and the fire sale begins going on in Queens. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball waved at and missed. The count goes to 1-2. Jackson says they can't pitch around him either. 3 for 5 today with a couple of doubles and a single. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if he's going to get a steady diet of fastballs, because you hate to say can't take him seriously compared to all those other players. Orlando Arcia, as that breaking ball misses down, it's 2-2. Yeah, he's the guy you want there. Former Milwaukee Brewer, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's where you guys had rescued him from. Here comes the 2-2 pitch as Monello gets his sign from Kai. Rocks into the windup. And he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that just misses inside. Count goes to 3-2 on Tongu. So 3 balls and 2 strikes it is. Tomoya Mori waits his turn on deck, and the lefty Monello rocks into the windup. 3-2 on the way. Fastball misses down. That's going to be ball 4. And Tongu is aboard with a walk, and we're just checking our notes, but that looks like it's the first free pass issued by Levon Monello today, and that will bring up the catcher, Tomoya Mori. Tomoya Mori 0 for 2 in this one. He has grounded to first and struck out looking his 2 trips to the plate. 1 for 5 in the early going this season. Neither of these 2 games have been slugfests. Certainly with the pitching both of these clubs can roll out. So left-hander against the left-hander. Monello working to the set position. Here comes the offering. Fastball swung on, tapped slowly back to the pitcher. Monello fields it. He throws to second. Wasn't a very good throw, but they were able to get the force. That's going to retire Tongu on a fielder's choice. It's going to be 1-6 in the books. He's gone for the second out. Mori is going to be safe on the back end. Troy says he's excited for the Tigers game 2 after that day off. Yeah, I think you'd have to be excited for game 2. I didn't look to see if it's Maeda who's going tomorrow or who they've got slated. But I think you got to be excited for that. Get a 1-0 victory, although the White Sox might be worse than the Oakland A's this year when it's all said and done. And I don't think Oakland's going to finish in last place. I think Oakland might finish in third or fourth last in the two leagues. First pitch breaking ball delivered to Leandro Cedeno. That's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Cedeno with the big blast tonight, the 2-run homer to right center field that brought home Umatongu back in the fifth inning. Finds himself in a hole here at 0-1. He is the difference maker in this game. Winello holds set. Now he kicks and fires. Fastball swung on. It is lifted into right center field. Drifting over is Shuto. He's there and makes the catch, and Cedeno is going to be gone. It's a nice piece of hitting by Cedeno. Kept his hands inside the ball, had to fight it off. Almost bled it down, but the speed of Shuto was able to track a lot of ground and be able to cover it to get him. He's gone for the third out of the inning, and that will do it here in inning number 7. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 7 complete. Your score is the Buffaloes 2 and the Hawks no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the top of the 8th inning when we return after this. Appreciate you all for hanging out with us tonight. We'll be back in just a couple moments. Welcome back, everybody. We assume that there's going to be another pitching change here, as it would be pitcher number 3 used by the Buffaloes in this one. We'll get you that caught up in 30 seconds when we return. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. We do have a pitching change. It is Andres Machado coming in, and the first pitch is a 100-mile-an-hour fastball to Takuya Kai. Welcome to the ball game, Andreas. So 1 ball and no strikes here to the right-handed hitting catcher, and the pitch is that time a 99-mile-an-hour heater that is swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Machado, the third pitcher used tonight by the Buffaloes. He follows Espinoza and Kagita. Pitch is a fastball that just misses a little bit low, and the count is 2-1. For those of you who want to know a little bit more about Andres Machado, he is a 30-year-old from Venezuela. He spent the 2017 season, part of it with the Kansas City Royals. He was with the Washington Nationals from 01 to 03. As that fastball misses upstairs, and the count goes to 3-1. Had a career 7-3 record at the big league level. His 4.48 ERA probably didn't scare too many people, and he had 120 strikeouts. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count goes to 3-2 on Takuya Kai. Originally signed back in 2010 with the Kansas City Royals as an international free agent. Pitched in their summer league, in the Dominican Summer League. And then he got into rookie ball in North America. There's a split finger pitch swung on and missed. And Takuya Kai goes in the books for out number 1. Strikeout number 1 here for Machado. He is in the books for out number 1, but this is his first foray to the NPB. He signed back in November with the Buffaloes. Nationals actually released him in order to pursue a contract in Japan. It's usually what they do sometimes, the teams. They know a player will have an opportunity. They probably don't have a roster spot for him. They want to bring in some of the younger kids. There's the first pitch to Taisi Makihara. It's a fastball that misses down and away, and it's 1-0. But if you can come out blowing 100 miles an hour in the NPB, you're going to blow a lot of hitters away. Alex, thanks for stopping in tonight. We appreciate you being here. So thank you again for checking it out here. Maybe we'll see you again tomorrow night. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is as Machado holds to the chest and delivers fastball that one pours in 162 kilometers an hour. And for those of you who are checking, that is just over, slightly over 100 miles per hour. Keep doing that. Might find a job back in Major League Baseball. Here's the 2-1 pitch. As he delivers, fastball swung on, grounded to through the right side past Yuma Tongu into right field. And making the turn, but holding with a single is Makihara. It's going to bring up the top of the order in Yukio Shudo. So Shudo coming to bat. He is 0 for 2 in this one. He's also drawn a walk and stolen a base. He's looking for his first hit of the 2024 campaign. Hawks are running out of outs. They've got 5 outs to play with here, as there is 1 gone here in the 8th inning. Buffaloes are trying to shorten this game up. So Machado leans in. He gets the sign from his catcher. And he holds at the chest. Here comes the first offering. Fastball taken for a called strike. That's at 98 miles an hour. So no balls and 1 strike to Yukio Shudo. I have to say, I really like the versatility of Shudo. I like the way that he can run. He can place third base. He's getting the nod in center field right now. He is very flexible in his ability to move around the park. There's a fastball swung on. It's chopped into his feet. Count goes to 0-2. Actually, I had to do a double take on that. It looked like it was his changeup. So nothing like a 100-mile-an-hour fastball followed by a 90-mile-an-hour changeup to get hitters out in front. Can you believe it? A 90-mile-an-hour changeup. Here's the 0-2. Fastball taken for a called third strike. Oh, I'm not sure what Shudo was looking for. That pitch sawed the plate in half, and he goes down looking for the second out of the inning. He's down on strikes, and that's going to leave it all up to the shortstop, Kenta Imamiya. That last pitch, I have to tell you, it was a great pitch by the pitcher, Machado. Catcher was set up on the inside part of the plate. It looked like it was going to be an inside fastball at the knees, but there was so much backdoor run on the pitch. It came right across the middle of the plate. Marwin Gonzalez has come in to have a couple of words here with Machado. Looks like we're going to have ourselves a pinch hitter here. So it looks like the day for Kenta Imamiya is over. It's going to be Akira Nakamura, who's coming in to pinch hit. The first pitch to him is taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. This is Nakamura's first at-bat of the year. And welcome to the NPB 2024, facing a guy throwing 100. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled away. Count goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. was kind of funny. I had somebody watching some of our videos on the channel, and there was the home run delivered by Mike Trout. There's a fastball that is swung on and missed. That is going to retire Nakamura. He goes quickly and quietly. Machado strikes out the side here. The single by Makihara, the only blemish. No runs in the inning. There was a hit, no errors, and no one runner left the board. Come back and tell you the story in a couple minutes. Your score as we move to the bottom of the 8th inning, it is the Orix Buffaloes to the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. No score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a bit. Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. It was a very interesting debut at the NPB level for Andres Machado as he struck out the side. And a very impressive one nonetheless, as he was blowing smoke up at just over 100 miles an hour. Levon Manello coming back out for his 8th inning of work. He'll be facing the bottom third of the batting order. It'll be Sugimoto, Gonzalez, and Kirby. He's been outstanding in his own right tonight, as the first pitch is a fastball that misses upstairs for ball 1. Count is 1-0. Manello, 80 pitches through 7 innings as he starts his 8th inning of work. The left-hander rocks into the windup and delivers a slow breaking ball that catches the outside corner. Count runs even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Sugimoto. New shortstop in the ball game. It'll be Hikaru Kawase, who is in the ball game now in replacing of Kenta Imamiya. Here's the 1-1. Fastball swung on, chopped towards short, charging it hard as Kawase. He throws to first, and that is going to retire Sugimoto on a ground out 6-3. He goes in the books for out number 1, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Marwin Gonzalez. I was starting to tell the story in the last half inning. We get some interesting comments that come through on our channel. People watch some of our short videos, some of the videos that we produce, but the short video in particular, it was the Corbin Burns pitch to Mike Trout that Trout deposited for a home run. First one in North American soil. As the left-hander Moinello delivers a first pitch fastball for a called strike, and the count's 0-1 to Gonzalez. There's a fellow who chimed in and he says, I'm 50 some odd years old. I could have hit that cream puff out of the park myself, referring to the pitch that Mike Trout deposited into the seats. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Fastball swung on. This ball is going to get looped into shallow center field. It's going to get down for a base hit in front of Yukio Shudo. Marwin Gonzalez aboard with a single. That's only the 3rd hit for the Buffaloes tonight. So he gets his first hit of the 2024 campaign. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Kentaro Kirby. That was funny. I was telling a friend of mine, I said, up until a couple of years ago, I could still turn on a 90-plus mile an hour fastball myself, but that's out of a pitching machine. And getting a 90 mile an hour pitch out of a pitching machine versus that of a major league pitcher where the ball has got cut and arm side run and some tilt and all kinds of other stuff are 2 different animals. So here comes the first offering to Kirby, but instead they throw over to first base, and getting back safely is Gonzalez. So I kind of chuckled and laughed a little bit that somebody thinks that they can get in there and face Corbin Burns, or any of these big league guys and run into baseballs. Well, maybe you can. I could also win the lottery on Friday night too, but I forgot to play tonight. So here comes the pitch. Fastball that just misses a little low to Kobayashi. Count is 1-0. That's not out of disrespect to anybody else. Let's call spade a spade. They're professional players. They make the game look easy on TV. It is a very difficult game in which to play. So 1 ball and no strikes as Moinello works himself to the set position. And instead he does a token toss over to first base, and getting back easily is the base runner, Marwin Gonzalez. I have to be honest, I don't know if I'd be too worried about Gonzalez here in this situation. I don't think he's going anywhere right now. Gonzalez a little bit older now in years, doesn't run as well as he used to. Here comes the 1-0 offering as the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right field. Moving back underneath it is Yuki Yanagita. He's there to make the catch. And that will retire Kobayashi for the second out of the inning. So 2 gone, and that'll bring up the top of the order, and scheduled to come to bat is Shuhei Fukuda. Just keeping an eye on that out-of-town scoreboard, the Yokohama DNA Bay Stars are now up 4-0 on the Carp. Dragons have a 1-0 lead over the Swallows. It's in the bottom of the third. Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles are up 2-1 on the Lions. That's in the top of the third inning. No score between the Giants and the Tigers and the Marines and the Fighters. Those games are both in the top of the fourth. First pitch breaking ball delivered to Fukuda, taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1. Shuhei Fukuda, 0 for 3 today. He has grounded to the pitcher twice and struck out looking his 3 trips. As the lefty Moinello works himself to the set position. Here's the 0-1, but instead he throws a token toss over to first base. That ball had frost on it by the time it came down. So no balls and 1 strike it is. The lefty working himself to the set. Fukuda holds the ball Moinello holds the ball at the chest, ready to deliver to Fukuda. Fastball swung on. It's going to be lifted foul into the seats down the third base line. Now there's no balls and 2 strikes. Our friend Garen Deese says SoftBank will come back. Well, I'm not sure that SoftBank's going to be coming back tonight in this one. We'll have to wait and see. They've got 3 outs to have to do it. So it'll be an interesting storyline if they can. This is a powerhouse or a heavyweight battle between 2 powerhouses here. There's a fastball swung on, grounded to third, fielded by Kurihara, throws to first. And Fukuda is gone on a ground out 5-3 to end the inning. Well, we're about to find out if Garen Deese's prediction is correct. So stay tuned, everybody. You're on here in just a couple moments. They are going to the bullpen yet again, are the Buffaloes. No runs in the inning, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're through 8 complete. Your score is the Buffaloes 2 and the Hawks no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back in just a few. Our friend Troy says this is the opening day for the NPB. This is game number 2. Yesterday night was opening day at about 2 in the morning Pacific, 5 a.m. Eastern. This is game 2 of the series. We'll be right back in just a couple, everybody. Appreciate you for being here.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city, San Diego, baby. I take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Back, everybody. It's going to be the toughest part of the batting order to come to bat here at the top of the ninth inning, and they're going to be facing Yoshi Hirano, the closer for the Buffaloes, as he is coming in for his first appearance of 2024. It'll be Yuki Yanagita, Hotaka Yamakawa, and Kensuke Kondo, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the Hawks batting order. So our friend Garen, maybe he is a prophet, and maybe he is seeing the future, as the first pitch is on the way to Yanagita. Fastball swung on, lined into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. And just like that, the Hawks have life, as they've got a single and one man aboard here in the top of the ninth inning. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Hotaka Yamakawa. Well, for Yamakawa tonight, he has struggled at the plate. He has grounded into 2 double plays, 4-6-3 and 5-4-3, and he has also flown out to left field. 0 for 3 in this one, 1 for 7 on the season. He did deposit the home run into the right center field seats in last night's game as part of the way to chase Hiroya Miyagi. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. Our friend the Mayor Pete says it's only 11 p.m. Pacific. Yes, it is. This game has sped right along, 2 hours and 1 minute. It's been a well-pitched game. Here's the pitch. Fastball down. They say that Yamakawa went around. That ball was blocked by Mori. It squirted away up the first baseline. So no balls and 2 strikes to Yamakawa. We'll get a look at the replay on that split finger pitch, and I would probably have to agree he couldn't hold up. Our friend the Mayor Pete asks, are we based in the U.S. or Japan? And the answer to that would be neither. So no balls and 2 strikes to Yamakawa. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball that misses down, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1-2 to the Fukuoka first baseman. Hirano gets himself another baseball. He rubs it up. Looks like we have a couple of defensive changes as Yutaro Sugimoto is out of the ball game. It looks like it's Watanabe in right field. I have to always defer to my sheet because I can't remember his first name. That would be Haruto Watanabe, as that fastball misses down and the count goes to 2-2. Watanabe made his appearance in last night's ball game. He came on to pinch run for Leandro Cedeno after Cedeno had a base hit single in the game as a pinch hitter. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Yamakawa. The right-hander Hirano delivers another split finger pitch, another ball in the dirt, and that runs the count to 3-2. Well, they generally can't hurt you down there in the dirt unless you got a 9-iron. That might have to be able to dig it out. But Hirano's going to have to challenge the big fella right here at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Certainly don't want to put the go-ahead run at the batter's box with 2 on here. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Yamakawa. The runner at first is Yanagita. Nobody out here in the top of the ninth. Fastball swung on and missed. And Hirano does the job. Yamakawa down on strikes. He goes in the books for out number 1. That's going to bring up the left fielder, Kensuke Kondo. Just as a reminder, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to bookmark us. Maybe we'll see you again tomorrow night. We'll be back on for these same 2 teams. Another 9 p.m. Pacific time start, or midnight Eastern if you're on the East Coast. So hopefully you came on back and get all the entertainment again. Have to do a quick check on the pitching matchups for tomorrow. Usually they make the announcements sometime during or shortly after the ball game has started. Does look like they've made the announcements for tomorrow night. It's going to be Daiki Tajima going for the Buffaloes against Carter Stewart Jr., the former Atlanta Brave first-round pick. Here's the 1-0. Fastball misses down, and the count goes to 2-0 on Kondo. In some ways, I wouldn't mind doing the game between the Marines and the Fighters tomorrow, as Roki Sasaki would take to the hill. But we've committed to doing these games between the Buffaloes and the Hawks, partially because the games are a little earlier starts. Here's the 2-0. Fastball taken for a called strike. Count goes to 2-1 on Kondo. Kondo's been on base twice tonight. He's got a single and 2 trips and a walk. 3 for 5 to start the season, so he's picking up right where he left off last year. So here comes the 2-1 pitch. Fastball misses down. It's now 3-1. Not sure I like the way that Tomoya Mori received that pitch. That was very dangerous. He tried to backhand the pitch in the dirt. Ball squirted away a little bit on him here, and that could have led to Yanagita getting into scoring position. I got to tell you, the manager for the Buffaloes, Nakajima, he's got to have some of the best body language that you can see in the league now. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right field. It's going to be a base hit. Watanabe fields it. Stopping at second is Yanagita. That's going to put runners at first and second. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Ryoya Kurihara. So maybe our friend Garen Deese, who was in here earlier, pounding his fist on the table saying the Hawks are going to come back, maybe he is speaking into existence. Troy says, Roki is his favorite player in this league. I need the Tigers to sign him in 2025. Yeah, well, Roki Sasaki, in my opinion, and this again is my opinion, I think that he's going to have to develop another pitch. I think what we saw with Yamamoto in his debut, where the splitter wasn't splitting as well as it should have been, you would do better with a change piece, especially in Major League Baseball. There's a fastball that misses up to Kurihara. Count is 1-0. Kurihara is 0 for 3 tonight. He's struck out. He has popped to third and grounded into a double play. As the 1-0 pitch is on the way, there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count goes to 1-1. Garen says he thinks the 3-2 win for the Hawks. Well, if you keep talking to Garen, you might speak it into existence. And as we said, here comes the 1-1 pitch. As the right-hander holds to the set. Here's the pitch. Delivered. Breaking ball swung on and lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats down the third base line, and the count goes to 1-2. Appreciate you for coming in. We will be back on for the call, as we said again, tomorrow night. And then it'll be another one for us later in the week. We'll put up our schedule. We're going to try to do some more Major League games this year, but those will be day games during the week. Unfortunately, I'm going to be out of town for a couple of days in the early part of the week, so won't be able to get on the call of anything. Fastball swung on. This ball is going to be lifted into deep left field, moving back onto the warning track, backpedaling and making the catch. Up against the wall is the left fielder, Nishikawa. Oh boy, he turned that one into an adventure. You got to give the hats off to Kurihara. He sent that one for a country mile ride out to left field. And that is going to be hauled in by the left fielder, Nishikawa, as he slammed in against the wall. Yanagita did not tag at second. He had come pretty much 2/3 of the way down the line. And he had to retreat back to second base, but Kurihara just missed that one. That's going to bring up, or scheduled to bring up, Adam Walker. Adam Walker, 1 for 3 in the ball game tonight. 1 for 6 on the early going of the season here so far. And the first pitch is a split finger pitch, swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1. Walker's another one who has the ability to run into the baseball and can put the ball into the seats here. Miguel Angel Duran asks what the score is. The score is on the ticker across the bottom. You can always check that out, as well as the inning we're in. We're in the bottom of or top of the 9th inning. Pitch on the way. It's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2. So the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks are down to their final strike. No balls and 2 strikes to Walker. 2 gone here, top of the 9th. Runner at second, Yanagita. Runner at first is Kondo. And the manager, Nakajima, is breathing deeply on the bench. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Fastball down. Nice stop by the catcher, Mori, that time. Runs the count to 1-2. Should Walker get on, it's Takuya Kai who waits on deck, but one would anticipate we might have a pinch hitter for Kai. So runner at second, Yanagita. Runner at first is Kondo. 2 gone here in the 9th inning. Rando gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses down, and the count goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rando goes to the back of the mound, reaches for the rosin bag. Now he's ready to go back at it again. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Walker. Gets the sign from Mori. Here's the pitch. Fastball just misses off the outside corner. Oh, Hirano wanted that call. That just missed off of the outside corner. We'll get a look at the replay of that one. Have to say, a really good job by Mori to frame the pitch. But not good enough to get the strike. So the runners are going to be on the move here. 3 balls and 2 strikes. A little surprised maybe that they don't have a runner for Kondo at first. There's a fastball that is swung on and missed. And that is going to do it. That is going to go as a Adam Walker strikeout. He's in the books for the 3rd out of the inning. And that is going to do it here in the 9th for Fukuoka. They make it entertaining. They give us a little bit of a chance as an opportunity of a comeback, but not able to do it. No runs in the inning on a pair of hits. No errors, 2 runners left aboard. Your final score is the Orix Buffaloes 2, the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks nothing. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back to wrap this one up, and we'll check in on the other games for you in just a couple moments as well. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight. We'll be right back in just a couple moments right after this. Welcome back, everybody. This is going to be a quick recap of this one. Not a lot of scoring as it all happened in the bottom of the 5th inning. A leadoff single by Yuma Tongu after a strikeout to Tomoya Mori. Leandro Cedeno stepped up and deposited a 2-run homer into the seats in right center field. And that was all the scoring in this one. Levon Manello in his start for the Hawks was absolutely outstanding. He went 8 innings, allowed those 2 runs. They were earned. He had allowed 3 hits. He'd only walked 1 batter. And by our count, he was able to strike out. It looks like it was about 4 hitters for the Buffaloes. We haven't finalized our stats yet. On the flip side of the coin, it was a Anderson Espinosa start. He was pretty solid, effective in this regard. He'd walked 4 batters, but he didn't allow too many hits. He only allowed a couple of hits. He was followed by Kagita, Machado, and Hirano to finish this one off. And your final score, once again, was the Buffaloes 2 and the Hawks no score. We'll take a look around the NPB at the other scores. It is in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and the slugfest that we thought it would be is continuing between the Lions and the Eagles. 4-2 for the Lions in that one, as that is in the bottom of the 3rd inning. They have taken the lead at the Zozo Marine Stadium. It is 2-0 for the Marines over the Fighters. Those are the other games in the Pacific Leagues. All of these games were later starts tonight. In the Central League, it is 4-0 for the Bay Stars over the Carp. That is in the top of the 4th inning. 1-0 for the Dragons over the Swallows. That is in the bottom of the 4th. Just like last night, it is a tight ball game at the Tokyo Dome between the Giants and the Tigers. 0-0 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Just a couple of news and notes for tomorrow. As we said, we'll be back on the airwaves again. It'll be Daiki Tajima going for the Buffaloes. He'll face off against Carter Stewart. That game starts at 9 p.m. Pacific or midnight Eastern. We chose the early game. It looks like Roki Sasaki against Kento Uehara. That is the Marines and the Fighters. We'll keep our eye on that one. And then it looks like it is going to be Suryu versus Matsumoto. Eagles and Lions go off tomorrow. In the Central League, it'll be Ray Takahashi making his debut. He was traded in that Adam Walker deal. So Takahashi will get the start for the Giants. It'll be Hiroto Saiki who takes to the hill for the Tigers. It'll be Miguel Yajuri who gets the start for the Swallows. He'll go head-to-head against Mejia, who takes to the mound for the Dragons. And then it is going to be, looks like it's going to be Anuki for the Bay Stars, and he will go head-to-head against Mikado Adua, who gets the start for the Carp tomorrow. Once again, everybody, we appreciate y'all for listening in tonight, and we thank you once again for tuning in with us here. Our friend God is Great, or also known as Titus, asked how many games are you watching? We're only going to be doing the one here, but we'll probably flip over and watch a couple on our own time tonight. But we appreciate everybody once again for being here. We hope you guys have a great night. We look forward to seeing you again in 24 hours or less. Have a great night, everybody. We'll catch you on the flip side.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball.